Trae, just for you, how difficult was it what was the experience like of having to go out there and play, and how difficult was it on an emotional day like today?
Today was a very emotional day. Tough day for not only basketball fans, but just fans of Kobe, period. Man, it was tough going out and playing today. We were all talking after we heard the news, and some people in the locker room were asking why there's still games on today, because it's tough. It's tough. This is a tough day to play basketball for sure.
Trae, two questions actually. One is, do you have a favorite game that you've seen of Kobe, and also will you be dedicating the rest of your season to his memory and also his daughter, since you were her favorite player?
I don't have necessarily a favorite game. Everybody's gonna say the 81 or his last game ever playing. I mean, there were just some moves. I remember going to OKC games and he was wearing number 24 later in his career, and just some of the moves he was making. He wasn't as athletic anymore, but he was just so smart on just how, figuring out ways to score. Just figuring out ways to make plays, even though he wasn't the most athletic anymore. I mean, I gotten older, so something I'll always remember about him is just as he got older, his mind got smarter. He learned new tricks in the game, and that's just how he was built. And of course, I'm gonna continue to play the rest of my career. For Kobe, that's one of my idols growing up. Me being able to get to know him a lot more recently is tough. It's tough, and then Gigi being on the helicopter is it makes it even worse, just because man, it's tough. I have sisters. I have my dad, and I can only imagine what that family's feeling right now, and my condolences go out to them, and of course I'm gonna continue to play for that family.
Trae, you just said that he was your idol growing up, and you talked about how recently he's been able to get closer with you. How did that relationship start, and what are some of the things that you'll take away from the conversations that you guys have had recently?
Yeah, so it's crazy because I went to one of his camps when I was a kid in high school. That's where you see a lot of that old photo when I looked super young. It was at one of his camps, and so his daughter, obviously was a big fan of mine, and he's always trying to figure out new ways to help his kids learn. And so he found out that I worked with, my trainer, found out Alex Bizzell, and so he got in contact with him, and Gigi started working out with Alex Bizzell. Then that's how me and Kobe got introduced. I was through my trainer. He was talking about how much of a fan he was of my game, and all that. So that's how we kind of got locked in together. It's because of my trainer.
Trae, Coach said that you guys have Mamba mentality on the board before the game. What does Mamba mentality personally mean to you?
Only a few have that Mamba mentality. It's something that it just makes you turn up to another level. That's how it resonates with me. It's just a switch. It makes you turn it up, and having that Mamba mentality is something that's something that I took from him. It's just not just me. Millions and millions of kids around the world took that mentality and made it their own. And so that's something that is even more special about Kobe.
How did the decision to come out in the number 8 come about, and why was that important for you to do?
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to do. There's a lot of things going through my mind after I heard the news, and I was just trying to think of something that I could try and pay homage to the legend, and just make a throwback number 8, and just wear it and get that 8-second violation.
Can you describe what it was like to actually play in that game, and do you think the emotions and the heaviness kind of contributed to the success you guys did have, you and your team?
Yeah, I think, I'd say before we went out to our team, before we went out on the court, is we get 2.5 hours to escape reality and have fun and play for them and play for that family. So we got to escape reality for a little bit, have fun, enjoy it, and know that we had him looking over us and just enjoy that time with each other.
Trae, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban already let it be known that no one else will ever wear the number 24 again in his organization. Do you think that's a stance that the NBA should take, or possibly just uniting and retiring the number 24 or the number 8?
Yeah, I mean, nobody in this world would be mad if that was something that the NBA decided to do. I mean, you're gonna take away 24, you gotta take away 8 too. That's something that I know I for sure wouldn't be mad, and nobody else in this world would be either. So whatever they decide to do, I know they're gonna do something big for him, and it's what he deserves.
After the game, what was the message in the field in the locker room after the win? Did anyone say anything or talk about doing things after the?
Yeah, nobody. It's hard to talk. It's hard to talk, especially after a day like this. Nobody really said too much. A lot of the guys, some of the guys spoke before the game in our team meeting, but nobody really talked too much after, and it was more about, just getting ready to go. So no one really talked too much after.
Congratulations on the win, Trae.
Thank you.
Would you mind kind of talking about the last conversation that you had with Kobe, and maybe even, if not just some of the conversations that, some of the wisdom and whatnot that you kind of soaked up from him and what he shared with you?
Yeah, so one of the last conversations we had, man, he was just telling me how much he's seen my game progress. Man, just been happy for me. Man, just saying how proud he was of me, and how he wants me to continue to be a role model for kids growing up, and just for Gigi and all the kids looking up to me, to continue to inspire these kids and continue to play my heart out. And that's one of the last things he said to me.
Was that recently, or in the last year or so, or what would you say?
It was recently.
In your interactions with Gigi, have you spoken with her any time in the last?
No, I talked to Gigi during after our games. We got to speak with her after the 2 games that she came to.
What were the emotions like when you made that half-court heave, and I saw you point up to the sky?
It's crazy. I say Kobe was with me. There's some stats that tonight is crazy. People were telling me in the back some of the numbers that add up. I think I took 24 shots. I think I shot 81% from the free throw line. There's some other stats in the back that they told me. I was like, man, Kobe was with me tonight.
When you think of what Kobe meant to the game and just sport overall, what comes to mind?
It's crazy because there's so much that Kobe has done in the game. So many kids he's inspired in the game of basketball, but it's more. He's more than just that. Kobe, the basketball player, of course, but there's Kobe, the author. There's Kobe, the dad. There's Kobe, the businessman. Like he's reached so many people and touched so many people in this world that it's not just basketball. That's why it's a tough day, not only for basketball fans, but just people in general. There's a lot more people that are fans of him for other reasons too. So that's why it's such a tough day.
When you met up with, or when Gigi and you met up after games, I think she had come to two of your games this season. Did she tell you, did she have anything to tell you? I mean, I know she looked up to you a lot.
Yeah, no, she told me how much she loved watching me play. She was a big fan of mine, and yeah, she works out with my trainer Alex all the time, and yeah, so she just loved how I played and all that. So yeah, that's what she told me.
We saw before the game a very emotional moment with you and your mom and the embrace that you had. Did she say anything to you before you went into the locker room, and how did you use that to go into the game?
Yeah, she just told me to play my heart out, and that I mean, he's always going to be watching over me, pulling for me, and just to go out there and play for him, and just play my heart out, and that's what I did tonight.
Thanks, Trae.
Thanks, Trae.